The flotation tank played quite a key role, I think, in my journey into appreciating what can happen in dark situations. Then, a little while later, I was really interested in stuff to do with the body at that point. So as well as exploring massage and body work, I was really into movement and dance, like expressive forms of dance. And I did a few trainings in something called trance dance, which is a kind of dance which is done blindfold, using these kind of blindfolds. And with an intention not to look good or learn certain moves or choreography, but to go into altered states to access healing, vision, and guidance. And this is something that goes way back in time throughout most cultures. Indigenous, land-based, nature-based peoples would often have rituals at night around fires of dancing into a kind of frenzy in which they might experience catharsis, emotional release, or under that amazing, awesome canopy of the night sky full of stars, they might begin to open themselves to a sense of wonder and connection to something greater than our normal sense of self. So training and doing a lot of trance dance, and then holding trance dances myself and witnessing what it is for other people to go through that process, that was another stage in my journey into darkness. And then at a certain point, I heard about this thing called darkness retreats. And I didn't need to know anything more about it. I just saw those words, and it was like a sense of an inner calling. I just knew I have to try that. I have to go and do that. And I followed that. And then what I discovered by going into these darkness retreats, which were mostly 5 days, 5 days being continuously without sight, in darkness. And it sounds like it's such a simple method. It is really simple, and it's so profound and so beautiful. And what I found was it brought me home inside more deeply than anything else that I'd ever experienced. And I tried so many things on my journey, this wild and weird and wonderful journey of personal development and spiritual exploration. This was the thing that really brought me home, I felt. Can I say a bit more about the next step in that? So after experiencing quite a number of these darkness retreats, I think it was around about 2011, I experienced a kind of unraveling. My life seemed to be falling apart for a time. I'd messed up a relationship with a girlfriend. I was going to be due to go to America and spend some time with her. That didn't work out. So instead, I was in England in the wintertime. I had no work lined up in a very expensive flat I couldn't afford, which was plunging me into debt. And not only into debt, but into depression. And even though at that point I had so many techniques and tools and things in my kit bag that I could try to use to fix myself, somehow I wasn't going to go there. What happened instead was that after I'd done my sessions in the day, I would just go home. I'd switch off stereo. I've not had a TV for years, but I'd switch off the computer, the stereo. And basically, I would just sit in the dark. And in the beginning, it was really uncomfortable. I was feeling down and like a loser. And so I was going down, 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 down. And then at a certain point, it's like I hit a bottom. And the moment that I hit bottom, I realized, this is what I love. This darkness actually can hold me, can hold anything that I bring to it, any kind of negative thoughts, any emotional pain, any despair. It can just hold it and compost it. And I'd already had experiences of its transformative power. And then somehow I just got like a download. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to share this. So in that download, it's like I was being seeded with a vision of a way to bring the darkness work, darkness retreats, out into the world more. And so I've been kind of nourishing and tending